All right, so part of my curriculum when trying to figure out how I can quantify a unit measure of time, I wasn't able to do that by yelling up, threat, or anything like that. I had to go out and buy a part timer. By utilizing this part timer in a non-traditional sense with the pre-existing knowledge from a Formula One driver telling me that, hey, a average person during the day when we're processing information organically, we're processing information about a quarter second. Just using that baseline of 0.25 and at night it increasing by times 2 to 0.5, knowing those baselines, using a command drill, a 2-beep count to have a goal time. Say my goal time and standard is my man card drill from 25 yards on C-zone steel, it's 1.50. So I'm gonna start it at the goal time that I wanna be at, right? You having your man card, you're able to do that already. Prior to the first beep, you're gonna start refining your sight picture on that piece of steel. And then from there, on that first beep, execute your economy motion and start refining the fundamentals, right? This is why economy motion is so important, to get that gun out from useless to useful, from A to B, immediately with no detours, hiccups, or anything like that. From A to B is so important to do sooner rather than faster so that we can start refining the sight alignment, refining the trigger press, getting it all the way back to that last length of pull before it's ready to drop that sear. We're gonna do it 10 times, looking for a high success rate. And of those 10 times, we have 17, 18, 19, 15, 16, all the way up for 10 reps. And we also have 10 hits. High success rate on a high probable hit value, a refinement of sight picture. Then we're going to deduct 0.2 of a second because we were under 0.2 of a second off of the goal time. Once we deduct that off the goal time, we'll then reevaluate it. And if we're finding that we're still within that 0.2 of a second realm and we're still finding a high success rate of hits and accountability, then we'll deduct another 0.2 of a second. We're going to execute this so that you have a total understanding of how to set this up, how to do it on your own. But for me, this is huge. And not just putting one round on C-zone size of target at this distance, but you can apply this and run with this on target transitions, which is what will work, moving and shooting. It's up to your imagination on how far you want to take this. So
Bye. 2-0 split, 1-3. Stand by. 112 over, or 1-2 over, 1-2-2 total time.
So 1-2, right? So within that 1.10, my response time is a 12, right? 0.12. If I have that 0.12, I could actually reduce even more time off of that. Say that was my high probable hit value. At 1.10 of time, I'm able to process the information, execute my economy of motion, refine, to the point of as soon as that beep goes off on the second beep, I'm breaking the shot in a 0.12. So say that's my high probable hit value. Let's bring it down. So 0.2 of a second off of that is now going to be extremely demanding. It's going to be a 0.90, right? So in a 0.90, using that 2-beep count on that second beep, I need to be breaking the shot. So 110, high probable hit value, total time, round up a 122, 125, right? I told you that was my happy spot. Now moving into trying to find a lower success rate.
1-8 split time.
1/8 split time, deviated the sights, and where the dot came in at, represented, we're at the bolts, deviated off right side of the head as I was breaking the shot. So what I'm finding out is I'm able to now diagnose within 0.90 of time what I'm doing wrong, and I need more prep on this trigger on the presentation out. Try it again.
Stand by. 1-5 split time.
1.5 split.
105 overall.
105. So if I was going out to demonstrate the man card, I'm not choosing that time to be at, right? If I'm going out to demonstrate the man card, I know within 1.10 time or 1.20 time, I'm gonna be not just good within the goal time, but I'm also gonna be a lot more accountable. I'll have a lot more shit refined, and I'll have a higher success rate. Continuing to try to find that low probable, right now I'm at 50-50.
Stand by. Split time 1-3, overall 103. Stand by. 1-0 split time, overall 1 second flat. Stand by. .04 split time, 9.4 overall. Stand by.
And we dropped off right of that target. So we found a lower probable hit value. The times are impressive, but the times aren't what I want to be tried in court over, right? So if I can take that extra time, so how this actually equates to the real world, if I had 1.10 seconds in time to identify, go through my economy of motion and the refinement and break those shots, I'll have a higher success rate of remaining accountable on a man-sized target at that distance, 25 yards, which nobody's training this, right? Nobody's training you, hey, what's your standard high success rate, 25 yard C-zone steel? Nobody's gonna know it. I could ask an entire class. That confidence that I have, like I've given the examples, I'm in Chipotle, ordering my Chipotle, I identify this guy that I put in prison for whatever, child pornography. He wrote a bunch of apology letters, got out in 2 years, and identifies me by my tattoos while I'm in there trying to get my 50% off Chipotle in uniform. As soon as I identify that guy, I then engage with that guy. He says, hey motherfucker, I know you. I look at him, hey, what's going on, man? You get out, good behavior, 2 years, what's up? And he says, you know, all of a sudden, he goes, moving grandma out of the way, pulls a knife out of his pocket. I know within 1.10 of time, draw out, prep, and I'm ready to go bang. Now, what does that give me on the back end from point A to point B? One, we had to react, right? So I want my response time off that auditory signal to be as low as I possibly can get, with the overall time of execution with accountability to be as low as I can get. I come out, what can I do now?
Time to process, make decisions.
Make decisions, also give what?
Commands.
Verbal commands, right? Just because he pulls a knife out of me, I draw my gun, and you know, that sub-second draw I presented at him, I can now tell him, freeze, don't move. It looks way better for all the cameras, right? Way better for all the witness statements. That officer pled with him and said, freeze, don't move, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And that's where the dope drill comes in, because this is just one round. But if I'm getting consistently at 25 yards, one round within that C-zone size of target, I can definitely pace myself, because we can break this up into a different command drill we're already presented at the target. And within from point A to point B, I want you to start breaking shots with every beat. So there's 1,000 different ways. I just really wanted to get this covered with you, for you to understand that higher echelon of brain thinking with how to use a command drill to get your goal time of a 1.5 down, right? You're already within the 1.5. You have a man card. Now I want to see and be able to ask you the next time I'm in Jersey, what is your goal time of high success rate, right? Because mine is 1.10. Yours?
We'll get it at
1.30, right? 1.30, 1.20.
Yeah.
And that's where you can even play with it. You already know you can do it in 1.5. Let's just start it at 1.25, 1.20, and then build off of the response time and see how much lower we can go. Because everything, I'm not satisfied with 1.10. I'm not satisfied with 0.90 even, right?
Yep.
0.90 is insane, right? To get a total time of a 1 second from draw to execution on C-zone size of target in that respect at 25 yards, that's insane, but it's only a milestone that I want to now achieve a higher success rate at, right? Let's keep at it. All right, so on that command drill, I am going to, with the 25 yards distance on a C-zone size of target, with the goal within the command drill, 2 beep count is going to give you 1.5 seconds in time for you to now quantify where you're at within your economy of motion and your execution of the fundamentals. We're looking for a high success rate right here. So we're looking for, out of 10 reps, we're looking for hit, and then the response time off the hit, right? And then we can take out of that high success rate and deduct it from this goal time. All right, let's do 10 reps from goal time of 1.5 seconds. Stand by. Good. Response time was a 1.7. Again, stand by. Nice. Great execution on the trigger. That one was a 0.24. Again, stand by.
Miss.
0.13. So on the misses, I'll circle them.
Okay.
Stand by. 144, just before, but
Yeah, I
it's
jumped
okay
that a
to
little
fail
bit.
at this and go off that first beep, because when you're failing, you're finding out the length of pull and you're getting an accountable hit, right? Because we're trying to not disrupt the sights as we break that shot. So that one was a 144 before the second beep. Run it again off that second beep. Stand by. Great. Great manipulation on that trigger control. 0.17. Stand by. 17. Stand by. Nice. 148. So just before. But what you're learning is that length of pull
Yeah,
with
where
the
I can
trigger.
sit
That.
at.
Yep. Stand by.
Miss.
0.02 with a miss. So that one's also crucial to identify.
Yeah, that was a grip.
Okay. And well, I'll just write a G. 2 more. Stand by. One 5. One more. Stand by.
Shit grip.
145 just before. All right, the ones we made mistakes on, I circled. The ones with X's are the ones you missed. All right, so as you see, we made a mistake. Round went off before the second beep, round went off before the second beep, round went off before the second beep. What do we learn from these? We're learning basically where the length of pull, where the actual engagement of that sear is gonna now send the firing pin to hit that round. But where we learn with this one and this one are misses, right? This one, we diagnose exactly what we did wrong. Diagnose exactly what we did wrong, I write a G for grip, right? And then these ones, these are your averages, right? So we're under the average time of quarter second. So if we remove now 0.2 of a second off the goal time, so now we're going to find, we're looking for a high success rate still for another string of 10, and we're minusing 0.20 off the goal time. All right, minusing 0.20 off goal time. All right, shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. An 11. The miss. What was the miss for? Or what do you
The
diagnose?
dot literally wasn't there. It shifted when I went to go break it, and it like right over that right shoulder.
Okay. I want you to keep your eyes on that pasty, fist size group around that pasty that I put on
Yep.
that piece of steel. That's your focus. Do not focus on that dot.
Roger.
Keep your eyes on target, stay target focused, superimpose that dot over that target pasty. Stand by. You had that hiccup with that draw.
Yep.
0.20, total time 150. So within the target time that we started with. Stand by. Nice. 1/10 of a second. Stand by. Total time 140. Stand by. 1-3. Again, stand by. Very good. On 11. Total time 141. Stand by. 0.08. 138 total time. Stand by. 16. 146. Stand by. 0.07. 2 more. Stand by. 0.16. Total time 146. And last one. Stand by. 128 just before the second beat. Just before. All right, so we have found another high success rate. 1 miss, the rest were all hits. These are the response times off of the new goal time, the new milestone, 1.30. We still have a high success rate, so we're still searching for that low success rate. So Maybe high, maybe low. Let's go find it. Let's remove another 0.2 of a second off. 1.10. All right, second beat. Stand by. 1.8. Stand by. 1.35.
Miss.
Quarter second response time with a miss. What's the miss for?
That was grip, shit grip.
I'll write a big G. All right, stand by. 2.0.
Shit grip again.
Stand by. Sorry, fix it. Good, fix it. We'll reset. Stand by.
Sight,
4.
Sight wasn't aligned.
Stand by. 1.4. Stand by. 1.7. Stand by. 11. Stand by. 11. Stand by. 1.3. One more. Stand by. 1.3. All right. So on this one, we found, I would say it's still, 70%. We'll say that's a lower success rate, right? We found our lower success rate at 1.10 in time. And the contributions of diagnosis that you're able to produce within this command drill, you knew it was grip, and this one was sight settling on target. So what do you think of the command drill, running it at a little higher brain level, focusing on educating yourself in the quantifiable unit of measure time with a par timer on what you're able to do, your response time off of? Because the next thing we're going to do is actually seek and find that low success rate by dropping this down another 0.2 of a second.
No, it makes complete sense by breaking it apart. Normally when I do this, we just hit the pack timer, right, and you just see what you get. So I might get a 1.2, right, but there's no data of where I'm falling off.
Gotcha.
So this is showing me exactly, did it fall off in the fundamentals or was it falling off in the whole process? It breaks it apart. It gives me a clear understanding of exactly what I need to work on, what I need to refine to get these higher hit probable ratios with a lower goal. So just got done today with doing some cleanup work on my fundamentals with Rick. I found after doing a lot of classes over the years, I'm at a certain point in my game where I need to start doing privates to bring my level of shooting up to the next level. Rick is obviously a phenomenal instructor and there's a lot of value that he can offer me. So I reached out to him, came up here to Ohio, and we set up a course of fire based around what I felt were my deficiencies. And Rick made a course of fire to highlight them and then give me a course to rectify them. And a lot of that we did today, and then he gave me stuff to take home to continue to work on that. And then what I'll probably do is link back up with them in a couple months, and we'll see where I'm at, and we'll just keep building. But for me, at the stage I am in my game, and the things that I need to get to the next level, it requires me to do private one-on-one attention that group settings aren't giving me. So super humbled to have the experience and thankful.